What is good, YouTube? It's your boy UnderGamer870, back with a different kind of bang on this one. As you all know, I have been predominantly MUT all year. I came out trying to see what MUT was like. I focused and dedicated to MUT, and MUT has been fun. I must admit, it's been a fun game. Yeah, it's been fun. But I decided for Madden 22 that I wanted to be a more diversified player. I see a lot of the mega YouTube people, and they play Regs, or they may play, some even play franchise. And I'm like, I'm keeping myself in a cubby hole only playing MUT. So I decided that I'm going to try to play a game of Regs on Madden 21 just to see how it is. I've played once before. That was a game against a classmate. Shout out to my boy Terry Childress. He jumped in my stream one day and beat the brakes off of me. And that let me know that I wasn't ready for Regs, that Regs was a different game than MUT. There are things that go on Regs and MUT that it doesn't mean that you're a better player. It just means that you're a different player. Yeah, let's watch. Let's watch. All right, so my opponent is coming out with the Buffalo Bills, and I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of using the same scheme that I use on MUT. I must admit, there are some vast differences. One, you don't realize how much you depend on those chemistries until you don't have them. Those chemistries go both ways, though. You don't have to worry about all his players having stars and all that kind of stuff, and you don't have it either. So at the beginning of the game, I decided to take out all of my linebackers, and I run a nickel 3-3-5. And I also made an adjustment before the game even started. I put Chubb and Miller at defensive end. I just let them pin their ears back and go. Pin your ears back and go. And I see now that Von Miller got home, but I also saw where he was trying to go. Stephon Diggs is his guy. Like, he's really trying to get to Stephon Diggs, which is a very intelligent play, but it's not going to work out in his favor if he doesn't up his his offensive IQ. Here I come out now. I decided to go ahead and double Stephon Diggs. I'm sorry, that was a tongue twister for me. And I decided, okay, he motioned a little bit. I wanted to get out of that defense, but I wasn't able to. But I do see that he is. Let me borrow that, bro. That ain't gonna work out for you. AJ Bouye with the pick. Now I'm trying to see, okay, can I do what I do on offense? Can I do what I do on offense? Let's see. Let's see. I have Drew Lock, Phillip Lindsay in the backfield. That was a duck. Honestly, I didn't anticipate his safety to undercut me like that. So when I saw it, I took my finger off the button, but the ball was about to be dethroned. But we do hit his seams here, and we were able to score with Hamler. I also moved Hamler up. He's one of the fastest players on the team. So I decided that he needed to be an actual presence and not somebody that is just, I think he was like 5th or 6th receiver. Hey, it's a difference kicking field goals without all them chemistries, though. I must admit. It's a big difference without having all those chemistries. But it is what it is. It is what it is. We kick the ball off here. My boy Brandon McManus. Now, what's funny to me, his leg is stronger in Regs than it is on MUT. He doesn't hit the crossbar in MUT, but in Regs he is. I'm like, something ain't right about that, but whatever. All right, so we come out, and I know that he wants to go to Stephon Diggs. That's where he's been trying to go. At this point, his defense, his offense is not very explosive. He threw the ball in triple coverage. He threw that one into triple coverage. So he is going to force feed Stephon Diggs, which is okay with me. I don't have a problem with that. Here he catches me asleep. He catches me asleep. I'm not playing the way I want to, but we have activated the fearmonger for Von Miller. We have activated fearmonger for Von Miller. 3rd and 20. He settles for a check down route. That's okay. It's okay. It's 4th and 9 now. It's 4th and 9. Nothing fancy. But he catches me. He catches me asleep. Tight end delay fade. I thought it was stuck in mud. I didn't know that it transferred over to Regs too. Y'all know how much I hate that concept. Madden has just totally violated that whole concept on this game. My boy Bryce Callahan comes up with a huge defensive play. Bryce Callahan is probably the fastest player that I have on the team on Madden 21. So he's short, but he's really fast. So that's a nice thing to have. Looking at he's rolling out with Allen. Now, again, this never would have happened. Let me run that back. This never would have happened in MUT. You can't lob a pass like that in MUT. Like, the players are too fast. The players are incredibly fast, and there's no way in the world that you're just going to be able to lob it up and anticipate getting a pass completed that slowly. Like, that's not going to happen. But anyway, it worked. Nice play by him. Very nice play. Let me borrow that though. That boy Callahan was in a nice defense there, and it might be Riggs, but it's still what we do. Y'all realize that again? You know, when you win in a game, some always start to happen with folks' internet. Do y'all have that same problem? Folks be quitting. But if I'm going to put a bow on this little ordeal the comparison between MUT and Regs, I must admit that MUT is more fun. And the reason that MUT is more fun is because, one, I have autonomy when it comes to creating my team. I have the autonomy in who do I want to have on my team and all of that good stuff. I build my team. That's the first thing. Second reason it's more fun is because you can create goons out here. Like, it's a difference between having just regular players that are not the best and having players that, oh, this is a video game. Ain't none of us getting paid to play Madden like that for real. Like, not like that. You know, we having fun. It's a game. So, in that concept, MUT is more fun. However, I can't get with Regs. And the reason I can get with Regs is, one, it's free. Well, it's not free. Once you pay for the game and internet service and EA Play, wow, that's 3 bills. 3 things that you got to pay for. Anyway, once you pay for that and get that out of the way, then it's a lot more fun. I mean, it's you don't have to worry about money. Like, that concept is out of the window. Second thing, it's a lot more realistic. It's a whole lot more realistic. You don't have all of these highly decorated players. Coming from MUT to Regs, though, Regs can be a little bit boring because you don't have those dynamic players that can make these acrobat catches, and that makes the game, like, you have to be on point in MUT. Like, if you throw the ball a fraction of a second too late, it will be picked because almost everybody on the field is 99 speed. Everybody that matters is going to be 99 speed. And if you make any mistakes, you will pay for it in MUT. Regs, you can get a little time, and you can get open. Players can get open. I have seen that. So just my comparison, Regs, it's a lot slower. It's a whole lot slower, but it can be fun too. It can be fun too. I am going to start playing Regs for Madden 22 because I want to be able to compete. Like I want to be able to, when I see all these guys talking about I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best. My number one question: do you play MUT? And they're like, no, I don't play no MUT, man. I ain't gonna put no money in the game. Okay, so I want to be able to beat people on that playing field. So I'm going to play MUT. I'm going to do franchise. I'm going to do Regs next year on Madden 22. Also, those of you who are subscribed to the channel, you also need to become members of the Discord and the Instagram chat. Some things that are going to go on next year. We're going to have a fantasy football league just based on my community. However many people want to play will determine the amount of leagues that we have. But what I'm going to do is upload every single week highlights about the games, talk a little noise, have a little fun, talk a little trash. You know, just having fun with my community and doing something a little bit out of the box. You know, playing just one version of Madden is going to get boring. Well, it will to me. So I'm going to change it up some. Give me some feedback. What are some other things that you would like to see? Because people, believe it or not, from September to June, we hit 1,000. We hit 1,000, and we hit 4,000 watched hours from September to June. That pace was unreal. That pace was unreal. It spoiled me a little bit though. This is the downtime for Madden. But what I want to do next is make sure that we explode on Madden 22. I want Madden 22 to be the year that I'm like, wait a minute, we went from 1,000, we went from 1K. Let's set a goal for 3K. Let's set a goal for 3K. But if you are interested in being a part of anything that I have mentioned, the franchise, if you want to play real fantasy football, not not Madden fantasy football, but I don't think they have it. But ESPN is going to be the site that I probably use, and I'm going to have a variety of different things. I may even have some PPR with fantasy football and some regular fantasy football. If you don't know what PPR is, you better study before you come at me. That's all I'm going to tell you. But we're just going to have some fun with it. With no further ado, though, this has been my take on the comparison between MUT and Regs. Still use the Broncos. Hopefully they give Bradley Chubb and my guy, Von Miller, and Justin Simmons some love next year on defense, as well as other players. But anyway, no further ado. Continue to be blessed. Continue to allow God to use you. Nobody has told you I love you, and there's absolutely nothing that you can do about it. Peace.